Being a team player is what brings success collectively to the people around you. When I shoot these episodes, a lot of times I think way too hard into like, what am I going to talk about this week? And then I start thinking about stuff that I've just talked about naturally in life. And those are the things that now that I'm starting to do a lot more episodes on. And so the one I want to talk today about is being a team player. And this goes down the road of back when I played sports, obviously a lot when I was playing football and I was playing soccer, but it's really went over to obviously the work environment now and friendships. It goes with literally everything now when it comes to being a team player. And we're going to talk about today what that means. And being a team player is this. Being a team player is putting yourself aside for the goodness of the team. Putting yourself aside to have a successful team. And again, we always say this, and it's something I'm saying all the time now, but success is your definition, what you feel success is. And when you put yourself aside for the team, you become then what's called a team player. That's the true definitions. There's so many different movies and stories out there about the guy that was on the team that, you know, he was the star player, but he didn't have what it took to be a team player. Maybe he wasn't showing up to practice. He just relied on natural talent. He just decided that, you know what, it was about him. He was going to show up. He was going to put his best foot forward. He was going to score 40 points, you know, in a basketball game or score, you know, every touchdown in a football game or whatever it was. But at the end of the day, he didn't have what it took to have a successful team. And I've been on a couple of successful teams in my life. And what that always took was this. It's funny. I go back and I'm wearing the shirt today for the Spokane Shock back in the Arena Football League. But I can think back to when we won the championship in the Arena Cup back in 2010 and what that took. The Arena Bowl was at Spokane, and I think about what that took to win that championship. And we didn't have any star players on the team. You think about when that team started and we were looking at how that team was starting to come together, and there really wasn't anybody on the team that you're like, oh man, this is the best quarterback in the league. This is the best receiver in the league. This is the best whoever in the league. It was a collection of guys who just had that dog in them. They just had that competitive spirit. They knew what it took to win. They were a close-knit group. We did everything together, and there really wasn't any of that harsh, of course, every once in a while practice, you're going to have the guys who, get off and get on a tuffle or something off on the side. But it was always when you're walking off the field, everybody was just cohesive. And this is an analogy I look all the time. It's like, I have some of the best friendships I've ever had when I played on the football field, but I've seen some of my best friends get in literal fist fights at practice. But the second practice is over, they're able to cut that off, say, you know what, man, hey, we had a disagreement, we're good to go. And that's because you have that spirit inside you that the ultimate success is to be a successful football team. And yes, you're going to have the tiffs that happen on the field, you're going to have the tiffs that happen at practice or whatever it is, but you leave it on the field. That's a successful team. And that goes with family, that goes with football, that goes with whatever sport, that goes with business, that goes for whatever. You put yourself aside for the betterment of the team. Let's take it to a family situation now. You, as the leader of your household, your dad, your mom, maybe it's an oldest sibling, whoever it is, or maybe it's the person who's the youngest, whoever it is, you think about putting yourself aside for the betterment of the family. I can think about this conversation I have all the time, even with my kids. It's like I talk to my oldest son. He's like, man, it's just not fair. She gets away with everything. His little sister he's talking about. So yeah, I understand that, dude, but you also have to understand as well that you're older. You sometimes have to set the example. You sometimes have to show them what that, and it's hard for me because I think growing up, my sister was 4 years younger than me. And there were times where I just couldn't stand. And that's, of course, this is probably every household, but you're just constantly going at it with your sister or your brother, or as a parent, you're looking like, can you guys just not get along? And a lot of times the love that we have and the care that we have for people, we're around them so much. And when we're able to express those, sometimes that's showing love more than anything, is that you're able to have those knockout dragouts. But at the end of the day, that if something were to happen to that other person, you would be the first person that's there. And that's what true love is. And so we're going to talk about the person now that's not that team player. So you're that person on the team who just shows up late, just thinks it's about them. We've had times here, even at work, we'll go off of, where we've had the person who's showing up on time, who's doing everything that they need to do. They're very good at what they do, but they don't have the cohesiveness with the people around them. We've had to end up letting that person go. And a lot of times that person's so surprised, like, wait a second, how am I being let go? It's like you're being let go because the morale of the group comes down when you're here. Yes, you're very good at what you do. You have all the experience in the world, but you can't get along with anybody around you. And when you're the cancer in the room, a lot of times it's better just to let that person go and let them be on their way and have a group that's more cohesive together, that wants to spend time with each other, that doesn't mind being around each other. You don't dread coming into the office now because you're going to be around that one person. Being cohesive and being a team player is what brings success to the people around you. Let's say that one more time. Being a team player is what brings success collectively to the people around you. You want to be more successful as a group, you have to be willing to take it down a couple notches yourself, realize that it's not about yourself and it's about the overall success of the group. The family is the best example of that. I can think of times where I'm getting up in the morning, I'm like, hey guys, we got to get out the door. We got to get moving. We got to get going. And I start taking my extreme approach of, okay, guys, we're in the car in 2 minutes. Now, what has that done? It has just brought the morale of the family down in that situation. Now, yes, there's times where we have to get out the door, we have to get moving, but what are things that I could have done to better do that? Hey guys, here's what the plan is. I need you guys up and at 'em by this time. We need to set some goals. We need to get out the door, as opposed to it being 5 minutes past the time that we're supposed to leave. And I'm shouting and I'm yelling and everyone's pissed off. We all get in the car now. Nobody's talking to each other. My wife's looking out the window. I'm looking straight ahead. I'm grabbing the wheel extremely tight. My kids are in the back. They're arguing about who's looking out whose window. You guys have been there. Everybody gets in that situation. Why did it happen? It happened because one person set the tone of the morning. Whose fault was it? It was probably my fault for not getting the kids to bed earlier on time, to get the whole group just ready for that day tomorrow. I cut some corners. I just jumped into bed myself, didn't make sure the kids are ready to go to bed. They're up till midnight now doing whatever it is they're doing. And now that's what set off the morning so bad. Be a team player. If you want to be a team player, a lot of times it means you even have to put in more work. Because yes, maybe you're doing the things to be successful, but you have to make sure that when you're doing the things to be successful, you're bringing the people up behind you. There's projects, and one of the things that's tough now about having a little bit larger company, when I first started, it was myself and a couple other people. So in order for the company to be successful, I had to make it successful. I had to be the one driving the coast to pick up shipping containers, bringing them back. I had to be the one that was doing X, Y, and Z. But as the company started to grow, it's very easy for me to just say, oh, you know what, I'll go do it. And I just go do it. And I go get the container and I go do this and I go do that. But yet we're not collectively building the group up around us. Instead, now I have to spend my time delegating it to, okay, this container has to go get picked up. So a lot of times it takes more work for myself to say, hey, so-and-so, I need you to go do this. Hey, so-and-so, I need you to go do this. I need you to go doing this, and start to delegate those tasks. It's being a person now that's just not like, okay, I'm going to go get this done myself. Now I have to invest in the people around me to make sure that those tasks get done. And it has to transform my thought process a little bit. A lot of us have to start doing more of that. We have to start thinking about, okay, if my group or my family, and this is the challenge now for everybody, think about maybe the dysfunctionality that you're having with your family, or maybe it's your business, or maybe it's the group of friends that you're. What is it that's so dysfunctional right now in your mind? Maybe it's something big, maybe it's something small. It starts with yourself. Don't just take the tasks on yourself and just make them happen. Think about the group project, where you have the person like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go finish it and get it done. Another 4 people in the group are like, okay, well, we didn't really do anything. Well, yeah, we'll just got it done. We'll get the A, and then you get to do the group presentation. You have the one person I was talking to. The other 3 people have no idea what's going on. Did you help the group there, or did you hurt the group? You hurt the group. Why'd you hurt the group? Because you decided just to do it all yourself, and now the other 3 people are kind of left in the dust, don't even know what's going on. If you want to be a team player, you have to put yourself aside, and you have to build up and invest in the people around you. And sometimes that means transforming our thought process. It's not necessarily being the person who goes out and scores 40 points on the basketball court and then just lets everyone else. You can do that once or twice, but it turns into a 23-game season, or however many game season it is. It's going to be harder and harder for those people around you to pick up the slack when you're not able to. Being a team player means that you're investing in the people around you. It's building the people up around you, so that instead of maybe you just growing this fast, the whole group is constantly gaining ground together. When that happens, you have a truly successful organization. You have a truly successful family. You have a successful office group. You have a successful sports team. I mean, honestly, if you talk to anybody who's been on a championship team, whether it's football, soccer, swimming, whatever it is. Not really tennis, it's more of a one person, but I guess collectively in a collegiate group, you have a group of people. Talk to anybody who's been on a championship caliber team, and you talk about that group of people. It is a cohesive group of people. You really don't have that person in the group, that cancerous person in the group who's just going off and doing something on their own. You have a group of individuals who understand what it takes to be successful together, who invest in each other, who are able to go out, spend time with each other, do things together. That's what brings true success, and that's what brings championships, whether that's what you fill in the blank of what the championship is. That's what brings true championship, is being a team player. So the encouragement I have for you guys is figure out yourself. Yeah, maybe you're the person who wants everyone else around you to be better and you got the competitive spirit and you're just going, but maybe we need to shift our thought process a little bit and think to myself, you know what, instead of me just taking the tasks on now and doing them, I need to be a better delegator. I need to be able to spend more time. I need to be able to invest in the people around me, because doing that is what's going to bring your group up collectively. It's easy to just say, you know what, I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to do it myself. That's easy. What's hard is to invest in the people and teach the people around you on how to be better. You know, we talk about that here at the office. I've got some people here at the office now, and they know who they are, who just would rather do it themselves than to invest in the people around them, which is great for the success early on and start happening. But for us to truly become leaders, and I was the main person that I'm talking about right now, is that for us, in order to become great at what we do collectively as a whole, as a company, I have to be able now to just not do the things on my own and to be able to delegate those things out to the people who maybe are better at it than I am, that just haven't been able to show it because I've been the one that's taking it on. Be a better team player. That's going to bring more success in every single aspect of our life, as being a team player. Think about how you guys right now are starting to delegate. Am I doing it all myself, or am I able to tell my kids? And here's a good example of that. As a parent, a lot of times we just want to do the things for our kids. You know, our kids starting to clean the room. You know what? I'm just going to go in. I'm going to clean the room for you. So we go in there, we do the whole cleanup room for them. I'm speaking to the choir right now because this is something that I tend to do a lot of times with even my own daughter. Is her room gets dirty. You know, I'm just going to clean it for her. And I'll go and I'll clean the whole room up, and then 2 days later, it looks the same. It's because I didn't invest in the time. Yes, there's going to be tears. Yes, there's going to be things that happen. But at the end of the day, she has to be the one to do it, to realize what it takes so that she does not make the mess later. Now, I've done that. And my wife even watched now is probably, yeah, that doesn't work at all, which you're right. But at the same time, it's something that we have to start being able to push more and be able to say, okay, Jade, get in there, get the room clean, make sure that you're doing what it takes to clean this so that you know now what it takes to clean this room up. You're not just throwing dirty clothes in the dirty clothes box or clean clothes in the dirty clothes box to get them all washed now. You're actually spending the time to fold your clothes and put them away because you realize, you know what, at some point I have to do this anyway. Invest in the people around you. You want to be a better team player, invest in those around you. Take something from the day, apply it to your everyday life. And if you're able to do that, please hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Until next time, stay sharp and stay resilient.